So here we go, guys. You can see everybody here. This is the gym I'll be shooting. The lighting is pretty good. There's a roll-up door over there that's open. You can see right there. But this entire area here is super dark. And so what I'm going to do is place 2 lights. So for this shoot, what I did is I brought out 2 strobes. They're 2 Profoto D2s. I used them both at full power, full blast, power 10. Each of the lights was 1K. Originally, I was going to use 1 light with a narrow beam reflector, another one with a giant softbox. But when I went to the gym and I checked it out, I saw that it had thankfully it had a ceiling with insulation exposed, so it had silver ceilings. So instead of building a big softbox, what I did is one of the lights I had it blasted at full power and it was bouncing off the ceiling. That provides kind of a nice fill throughout the whole room. And then the other light I had it with a narrow beam reflector pointing straight down, so that provides some nice shadows and nice highlights for people depending on the angles that I'm shooting with. My ISO for something like this, for shoots like this, when I'm illuminating the whole gym, I try to keep it consistent and I don't change it that much. I was at ISO 400. What I do adjust is my f-stops. So at full power, at full blast, with both of these lights, I was getting around f14. And when I moved around in certain situations in the gym, I would have to open up the my aperture. So that's what I do to adjust my exposure, because it's a lot easier because the light's already way up high and they're where I need them to be. I mean, you could also, in theory, change the lighting with the air remote, but for me, it's a lot quicker. Just, you know, if I need to open up a stop, 3 clicks to the left or 3 clicks to the right if I gotta go down, and that's what I adjust. I leave the shutter stop the same. So for this particular shoot, I was going anywhere from f13 all the way down to f5. For example, I went down all the way to f5 when I was taking a photograph of somebody doing a push-up or a plank, getting nice and low. Not a lot of light reaches, you know, down to that level, and then also the gym has black floor, so not a lot of light bounces off the floor. So that's why I have to open that up. And like I said, my ISO stays consistent unless I start to open up too much. Like f5 is pretty much my limit because I like to shoot stop down. When I start at f5, instead of opening it up more, what I start to do, if I need to do more light, I bump up my ISO. So I'll go from ISO 400 if I need an extra stop. I'll go to ISO 800 or even 1600. And at that point, I'm still not worried about any image noise or anything like that, because when you pump in a lot of light, when you have good light, you're not going to get that much noise. And in addition to us shooting with the Canon EOS-1D C, which has pretty good ISO performance anyhow. So, and those aspects, I'm not worried at all about noise. But like I said, my ISO pretty much stays the same at 400. On this one, I jumped it up a little bit. I think I went up to 1250 in certain cases because I didn't want to go more open than f5. Also, I was shooting with the 24-105 lens, which is only f4 lens. So I rarely like to shoot that lens wide open. In general, I don't like to shoot any lens wide open in prime lenses because I don't like to worry about trying to nail the focus. I like to make sure my image is tagged sharp. So me personally, I like to be around f11 or f13 or even f16. That way you don't got to worry about nailing down the focus, and you could just concentrate on getting the right framing right and also getting a good expression for your subject. I like focusing on composition and getting the right moment. And also I don't like to worry about lighting as much. You know, once I'm in the spot that I like and I know the exposure, I focus on getting a great shot. And these are the results. These are the images that I got. And you know, there's many different ways to light a gym and to approach this shoot. That's the way I do it. That's the way I did this one with, I was able to do 2 lights. You know, in some gyms that are bigger, you might need 4 lights or 6 lights, but this gym was small enough where we could do it with 2. Like I said, this was my approach. But anyhow, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe, as there'll be a lot more videos like this coming soon. All right, take care.